Hi, this is Ivan. So today we are going to talk about how do we actually do a script and APM script in Google Map, specifically on Android. So let's say that I'm actually somewhere near Google Plus. I'm at the road across Google Plus in Mountain View, and I want to go to LinkedIn HQ, which is a few minutes away. Let me show how you do that in the emulator. So I launch the map. Alright, so I'm actually at Google Plus, and I want to pin it somewhere probably near the road in here maybe, and I want to go to LinkedIn HQ. Yes. Right, let's try again. Alright, probably I zoom out a bit more. Okay, maybe I zoom out a bit more and let me pin this again. Right, it's probably that was just way too far from Google Plus. Okay, so we now have this path in here. So let's script out something how we can actually input the pin and then get this result. Okay, so now I have my I launch the Eclipse. Alright, okay. So I already fill in the drivers, the necessary city drivers. I'm using the mobile drivers, and I've also create a function to detect the presence by the web driver weight. Okay. So now I'm going to fill in the capabilities in the before start annotation. So okay, let's see if this works. Let's see if it does launch. Okay, good. Right. So this launch. Okay. So we want to know the different IDs here and all the maps in here, the text bar in here. So one thing is that we can use the APM desktop to inspect. All right. Okay. So this is where we want to skip. All right. These elements. Try again. Okay. So I want to find the ID for this. So sometimes we need to go the way down the uh, hierarchy. Right, the button in here, and we can actually capture these buttons. Right, yeah, let's skip it. So, and then we'll come on to the next one. Okay. So there are a few things that we want to capture from here. First is this. We need this. So that is apparently in here. The text box. So this is one ID that we want, and we want to capture the view in here. So the views is actually this one, android.view.view. Okay, so you can see that this is actually quite brittle. It's right. So how are we going to actually go about clicking on these buttons, the location in here? Okay, one way is that we look at the bounds. Is 0, 0, and then 1080, 1794. We need to know the coordinates where we want to click onto it. Alright. Okay. And let's say that we want to click on something in here, so we need to capture the text box in here, which is here. So this is the next ID that we can capture. And once we input anything in here, right, and that's about it. Right. Okay. So let's start scripting. So we have the capabilities, the desired capabilities to launch, and it's working. And we have also captured the ID. I've got it all in here, the element IDs and XPath. Okay, okay, right. And because when we first launch, we'll see the page with the skip buttons. I want to make sure that it does launch properly. So I'll detect the present, the WebDriver present. Right. And then I will click on the skip button. Okay, let's see whether this works first. Alright, it did actually click on the skip buttons. Okay, so this works. So now I'm going to detect the presence of the text box where in that page where we skip. Okay. And then I'm going to input in the click on the text box, and after clicking on text box I want to actually type in the text sphere, which is Googleplex Mountain View. Okay, so let's see if this works. Let's try again. Alright, it seems to work, except that it just closed down very fast. Okay, so moving on to the next page, I need to detect the framing view. right, which is this one, yeah, the map frame. So that make sure that we wait for it. Okay, so how do we actually click onto this pin? Let's say that we are in here and we want to click onto this. Okay, so we need to actually use this function that's called touch actions. Okay, so but before I do that, I need to actually specify the start and the start XY coordinates and also the duration. All right, it's 300 and 200, and the duration is 1 minute. So I start off with this, the touch action. All right, and I want to actually press onto something, a road in here, maybe press onto something in here. All right, so the next thing is that I want to press onto add the coordinations. Right, but just pressing it alone and letting it go will not work. The pin will not be in there, so I need to hold on for it like for a second. Yeah, a second. And after holding on for a second, I need to release the my mouse button. So that is a release button. And then finally, with every touch actions, I need to end it with a perform. Okay, so this is probably how it should goes. Okay, so instead of adding a web driver action, I'll do a quick and fast one. I'll just add a thread dot sleep. Okay, so this is so it will actually wait for a while and then it will just execute the action. So this is something which I do not recommend you to use it, but for the sake of this tutorial, we use it to fasten up the speed. Okay, all right, let's try this whether it works first, making sure that it's nothing crash or something other unexpected results that may come up. Okay, that's very fast. Okay, okay, so after that we need to click onto the text box, right, and we need to get the text. We need to get the text coordinates because it will actually ends up with the coordinates, right? And with the coordinates text, we need to add on to our destination in here where we want to go to link in. So I just want to see what is the text of the coordinates, and also I just add, yeah. So this text will actually goes to the text edit, the edit text field, and then finally I'll just send the I'll just send keys to that, and that should be the end of the for this script. Let's try again. Mm. Alright, so you see the result that comes out is this. So that is what we expected. Alright, so this works. Okay. So one of the important ingredients, parts of it to get it working is that we are using the touch session. I'll show you in here. This page is in Appium. Right, the touch session actually allows us to do single touch, multi-touch on both Android and iOS. So usually we will actually press onto something and then we'll perform the action itself, and finally we will release it. Yeah, and we end the touch session by this perform. So take a look at this, is very useful. But there are some instances where this touch action, the gesture, may not work on iOS. So we'll need to go to the @cu test mobile gesture page in Appium under Appium documentation, and this is where we will actually call out through the using the JavaScript executor. Yeah, and this actually support like what very wide functions in iOS, like the swipe, scrolling, double tap, single tap, two fingers, etc. So let me know how you feel about this video, and if you have got any questions, just drop me a message, and I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Ivan speaking. Thank you very much.